Hello Live! Matt here with Final Fantasy XIV Online for Nintendo Switch 2. Part 7. Let's play! Okay, medyo congested ang server today dahil weekends, Sunday, maraming naglalaro. So, yeah. So, kamusta naman ang Sundays nyo guys? There are 12 people ahead of me. So, yes, we just have to wait. Dun sa story, I think I would have to choose a grand company now. So I have to visit Minfilia. All right. I'm just gonna pay because, you know. So by now you guys, you can tell kung anong grand company yung pipiliin ko. So a friend of mine told me that it doesn't matter which one I'll choose. So yeah. Welcome back, Mateo, where the grand company leaders his words as illuminating as you had hoped. Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Mateo. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers the answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
First time niya
Whatever do you
nagsalita.
mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
Grandfather.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady! We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
All right, Flame Officer. Welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Raban's words kindled a fire within you. Excellent. I feared that the incident with the traitor may have soured your opinion of us. It gladdens me to see that isn't the case. But before we can count you as one of our own, you must be formally inducted into our ranks. Please proceed to the Hall of Flames on Ul'Dah's merchant strip and identify yourself to the personal officer. I will notify him of your coming. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over our enemies, be they beastmen or Imperials. So you have decided to cast your lot with the flames. Well, there is no help for it. Just remember that it's never too late to sign on with a different crew. I will not deny that I am disappointed, but I take comfort in the knowledge that individuals are permitted to transfer between grand companies. Know that the Order of the Twin Adder would be proud to have you should you undergo a change of heart. What brings you to the Hall of Flames this day, adventurer? I'm here to enlist if you will have me. Is that so? Well then, I must ask you for your name. But let me guess, it is 𝙵𝙬𝙽𝙃𝚃𝚃, is it not? Yes, you are just as our man at the Waking Sands described. Thank you for electing to join us. Now, in order to formalize your... Sir! Speak, Private. Imperial, sir. They have fired on a High Wind Skyways airship. Scouts say she's coming down to the west near Horizon's Edge. Bloody hells, of all the times for this to happen. Mateo, there's no time for formalities. The Immortal Flames need your help now. We're in the midst of a large-scale operation against the Amalja, and we have no one to spare in Western Thanalan. You must get to that ship before the Garleans do. If there are any survivors, see that they do not come to further harm. Now go. I'm just gonna keep paying because I have no time to like all the way there. Airship crewman. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. The Immortal Flame sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Are you alright, sir? Our scouts reported the attack on your craft. We've come to rescue you. 𝙵𝙬𝙽𝙃𝚃𝚃, yes? Glad to have you with us. I have not seen a craft of this design before. That traitor Garland has been busy. The secrets of Magitech are ours by right. They are not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. They mean to take the ship back to Castrum Meridianum along with your friend? Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Nice looking ship, though not the best place to have taken shelter, I agree. It is the first airship we've built since the calamity. The first since Master Garland. Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We attack on my command, kill them quickly, and save the Lalafell if possible. Is that clear? Show them what becomes of those who play with fire. Charge! We're under attack. To arms! Biggs! Oh, Biggs and Wedge from Final Fantasy VII. Wedge, you should have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close, so how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss. But I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts, but we can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Mateo. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. You're not quite one of us yet, though anyone who had seen you in action today would be forgiven for thinking otherwise. I just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously though, if I hadn't been for you and the Immortal Flames lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. You're welcome, guys. Welcome back. Word of your deeds in the field reached me not long ago. Exemplary service. Rest assured that the Garland Ironworks engineers are fine. They were able to get their vessel back in the air before Imperial reinforcements arrived. Your willingness to assist us on such short notice is to be commended. Clearly, your reputation is well deserved. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue from where we left off and induct you into the Immortal Flames? For coin and country, the personal officer stands ready to complete the induction. Are you ready? Then let us begin. You stand poised to enter a sacred trust. The flames of Ul'Dah burn bright, casting light where there is dark and purging evil wheresoever it lurks. We are ever ready to meet the nation's enemies in battle, be they beastmen, Garleans, or worse. And at the word from Flame General Roban al-Din, we would gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace and prosperity of Ul'Dah. To join our ranks, you must forsake all other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Burn as one of us, and together we shall chase the darkness from Ul'Dah. Will you swear an oath to mark this occasion? What skills I have belong now to Ul'Dah. And Ul'Dah will have need of them in the days ahead. The knowledge and experience of well-traveled adventurers are valuable assets. Very well, your resolve is plain. Mateo Dracolion, I hereby confer upon the rank of Flame Private 3rd Class. Welcome to the Immortal Flames, Private. May you fight to the last for coin and country. Can you hear me? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Immortal Flames contacted me with the news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private 𝙵𝙬𝙽𝙽. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a flame of Ul'Dah, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. It seems your presence is required elsewhere. But before you leave, perhaps you could find a moment to speak with Commander Swift. He is not one to see new recruits go into field unprepared. You may now accept quest My Little Chocobo Immortal Flames by speaking with Swift. This quest must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for A Realm Reborn. Okay. Grand Companies. You are now a member of a Grand Company and have been assigned the rank of Private 3rd Class. Your Grand Company and rank can be confirmed at any time under the Profile tab in the Character Interface and under Character in the main menu. Grand Companies pay their members not in guild but in company seals. You can confirm how many seals are currently in your possession under the currency in the main menu. Seals can be earned by completing various Grand Company missions. A Grand Company Quartermaster is stationed at each Grand Company headquarters and will exchange items for company seals. Company seals are only redeemable with the Grand Company that issued them. Supply and provisioning missions. The Grand Companies of Eorzea are in constant need of supplies and provisions to maintain their daily operations. Adventurers can earn experience points and company seals by crafting or gathering the items required and delivering them. Speak to a Grand Company personal officer or one of the many officers stationed throughout the realm to complete the delivery. Items sought change every day, Earth time. They can be confirmed by selecting timers located under duty in the main menu. Speak with the scion. Mamaya na yan. My Little Chocobo. Okay. Private 𝙵𝙬𝙽𝙽, yes? A moment of your time, if you please. You wish to carry out your duties swiftly, do you not? Well then perhaps you should get yourself a chocobo. If you're interested, the Immortal Flames will furnish you with one. It's not a complex process, but it does require some paperwork. First, speak with the Quartermaster to obtain a Flame Chocobo issuance. You will need to exchange company seals in order to do so. Once you have received your issuance, show it to Mimigun in the Gate of Nod. He'll be the one to furnish you with a bird. Saan yun? Want a bird issued, you say? Then I'll need to see your flame chocobo issuance. Of course, you will need to exchange flame seals for it. You can earn these by completing tasks for the Immortal Flames, Ul'Dah's Grand Company. Okay. Private, I have been keeping a close eye on you of late. Your efforts on behalf of Ul'Dah do us all proud. Yes, I understand now what the Flame General saw in you. It would not be an understatement to say that the future of our grand company is riding on your capable shoulders. And yet, it is also clear to me that you have only begun to tap into the depths of your potential. Your flame burns strong, but it may yet grow stronger. Yes, I would see you becoming a blazing inferno that reduces all that oppose Ul'Dah into smoldering embers. It is with such hopes that I have made arrangements for you to receive training at the Wolf's Den, a proving ground established by the Eorzean Alliance for the training of Grand Company recruits. Mayhap you are familiar with it? That look in your eye tells me you are eager to take the road. I knew I had not misjudged you. The Wolf's Den is to be found just off the shores of La Nosea. The ferry at the Morabi dry docks in lower La Nosea will grant you passage there. Upon your arrival, seek out Storm Captain, whatever the name. I have already taken the liberty of submitting a letter of recommendation on your behalf. I don't recall seeing your ugly mug around here before, You say that Swift sent you? He said he was sending a new wolf to the den. Bah! More like a runt of the litter if you ask me. You barely have thanks for the honing, but I guess I'm feeling God's damn generous, so I'll throw you a bone. Start yourself off with the crystalline conflict. Them training bouts are made special for feckless adventuring types who can't tell sound strategy from a horse's arse. I still reckon it won't be dawn before you run home with your tail between your legs, crying for your mum. But you can have a word with Lieutenant Gunji Zalunji if you insist on giving it a go. You'll find him outside, assuming you can work up the nerve. And stand up straight, maggot. This ain't no place for the weak of spine. Dismissed. Crystalline conflict. You have unlocked Crystalline Conflict. The Grand Companies of Eorzea established this new tactical exercise to strengthen their individuals' members' strategic capacity. Outmaneuver other adventurers just like you in a match of wits to claim victory. Speak with Zelunji at the Wolves Den to learn more. Not right now. Scion of the Seventh Dawn, welcome back, Mateo. Lady Minfilio awaits you within. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called the Regal me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Mateo. Now, when we last spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends. Did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we have properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm God's man. Spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service. I'm pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we science should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the science, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed. I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. So I got 300 flame seals. Sylph management. Minfilia needs you to investigate the sylphs.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. 𝙵𝙬𝙽𝚃𝙰, have the documents arrived from the students of 𝙵𝙬𝙽?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
Ano ba yan? Same lang, very same dialogue, 𝙵𝙬𝙽𝚽.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. 𝙵𝙬𝙽𝚃𝚰, 𝙫𝙬, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. 𝙫𝙬 and 𝙵𝙬𝙽𝙽𝙽, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, 𝙫𝙬, us!
We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to... Ah! Beg pardons. It's a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's nest? We come in peace. Hail, adventurer! I bid you welcome to the Adder's nest. Do you seek and twine your destiny with the twin adder? Morning, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Papalimo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the twin adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the 12th Wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The twin adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylphs' relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility that we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question. Yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you, Scions, come in. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and have held many productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to show how to win the Sylphs' favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs? This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver, indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalimo. The ferry docked at the base of this hill will carry you across the lake to East Shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east and you shall find the Hawthorn hut without much trouble. Yes. This area is amazing. Ameline. Indeed, I am Ameline of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? You do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know. Sylphic studies. Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing. They're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. Beg pardon, friend. My memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. The Sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing marble faces on our masks. The next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. 𝙵𝙰𝙽𝚽𝚰. The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach. but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Isabel Hawthorne. The sylphs? Yes, father's told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You would do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike ano? You would do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Teehee. Oh, of course, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like the little toe tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It just may help win the favor of our forest friends. First impressions. Oh, still here, hey? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along, drat, what was it again? And my wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. Should prove more reliable than my own. A peace offering for the sylphs? Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front step there. No, their tastes run more than their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milkroot? That's what we call the root of the most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying this stuff, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Welcome to Full Flower Comb. As you may have deduced, we are in the business of raising honeybees. And what industrious little creatures they are. Where would we be without their honey to sweeten our meals, and their wax to make the candles that brighten our nights? Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milkroot, but of course, those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milkroot will have the sylphs calling you friend and brother the moment they lay eyes on it. Now, let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. First contact. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milkroot well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from the god's awful stench. The sylphs love the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the morbol that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You have more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you would regale me with your adventuring tales. And afore I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Amelin here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. It's good to see your knowledge of sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Kumoxio. He has served an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion, and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that malodorous root of the sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the elder Seedseer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixaw has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. Wait lang. Yung music. That's adorable. Waking one is not familiar to this one. Walking one is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking one should go home and leave this one be. This one would welcome walking one who moves like one of these, like these ones. If walking one would talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so walking one should speak with quick tongue. Walking one would bring gift to this one. Walking one is most kind. Walking one brings milk fruit. Milk fruit fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks. Gives many, many thanks. Walking one carries message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking one should not worry. Hello there. We're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat with your people. We come to pay our respects to your elder, and to learn from him more of your Lord Ramu. Who are these ones? These walking ones come from Gridania? Walking one became a dancing one and brought milk fruit, but walking one tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder one is busy. Walking one should go home. Go home, you say? But the sylphs of Little Solace have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Mateo here is an oath of peace penned by the elder seed seer herself. Still, you would refuse us? This one's reasons are no business of walking ones. Elder one has no words for Gridania. Walking ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never. Turned away at the gate. Whatever did we do to deserve such rude welcome? Was Mateo's jig insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. Ida. Dance diplomacy. Ida has a notion of how one might earn the sylphs' trust. Say, Mateo, are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all that trouble to learn the sylphs' traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a sylph, I would be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing an interest in my culture. Me? Of course I would be happy to join. Ow, ow, there goes those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again. Walking one's belly is rumbling. This one's not making a meal. This one is boiling bark and flower seeds to dye bread. Color must be jolly, and so must greet making. Oh, walking one knows. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. Amixia. This one is weaving cloth. Walking one would know more. This one does not trust walking ones who do not show respect. Walking one would be a friend to these ones. This one is overjoyed, but this one keeps the ways of weaving secret. Even if walking one learned the secret, walking one could not weave in the same way. Delexia. What does walking one want with this one? Elder one warned this one not to get too friendly with walking ones. Ah, walking one is a friend to these ones. Friendly like gracious elder one of the forest city. Knows how to dance into these ones' hearts. Mateo, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all of the little solace. The better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure. Forest friend. Papalimo has a notion of how you might endear yourself to the sylphs of Little Solace. Mateo, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The sylphs who make their home in Little Solace do so having been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out the troubled sylphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? That said, the sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hera Imedia of the Gridanians who reside here. She is most like to be privy to the sylphs' troubles. Imedia. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with truly a gentle heart. The sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not at least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from malms around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. The Ziz Gorlins and Gull Gnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each would serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie brushes. As well. They play an important role in Sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details, and what with such feral beasts prowling the forest, they're not easily come by. When you're done with the deeds, seek out Komuxio. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. The dancing one is still here? The dancing one can dance all day. This one's trust is not easily earned. Dancing one brings brownie brushes for this one? This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing one kills bitey buzzy one? This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing one is kind. Too kind. Many walking ones come to these one's abode, but few are friendly like the dancing one. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust dancing one after all. Presence of the enemy. This one asks dancing one for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since walking ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always careful. But dancing one is not like other walking ones. This one can trust dancing one. This one would ask dancing one for help. Strange walking ones with bodies of steel come to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel comes... Strange walking ones with bodies of steel come to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of Dancing One to help this one know more. Dancing One is friends with these ones and Walking Ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and Walking Ones in Hut House and find out more. This one has a bad feeling. This one fears steel ones are after something, but this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on the kindness of Dancing One. Felixia. Strange steel walking ones? Yes, this one has seen. Steel walking ones carry big boxes. Maybe walking ones hunt for shiny treasure? This one likes treasure. Nathacio. Shush, shush, this one says. Steel walking ones are scary, like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends. Fearsome types clad head to toe in steel, you say? Imperial soldiers, no doubt. I couldn't tell you what they're plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good. Men's clad in strange armor? Why, now that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest. I simply assumed they were adventurers. Ang laking langaw nun ah. Oo, nagloloko ang ating joystick. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? This one sees steel walking ones come from Empire, carry boxes and go walking deep through trees. As this one thought, steel walking ones are up to nasty no good things. This one knows forest well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map, and this one marks right here. This is where steel ones hide, and this one knows. Dancing One will go looking for steel ones, yes? Dancing one is back. This one breathes a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing one found something? Dancing one found paper inside a box. This is a message from Empire? This one can read Walking One's symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes, this one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel walking ones know how to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping one selling secret to steal walking ones? This one fears for this one's home, but dancing one has helped this one much today. Dancing one was promised to always be friend to these ones. Brotherly love. Komuxio is spinning for a wayward friend. Helpful one arrives at a good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones named Classio ventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Claxio. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. What? Walking one wants this one to return to Little Solace? Don't make this one laugh. This one is wary of living with those who are not these ones, and this one wants to be alone. These ones rely on walking ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned a primal one. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this a likely place to build a home. But then meddling one arrives, forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling one is forbidden from following this one. Away with meddling one. What? Claxio refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest? But this one saw untouched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry and find Claxio. Helpful one should search for spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will lead helpful one to Claxio. But hurry before touched ones take Claxio away. Meddling One is back? This one told Meddling One to be gone. Tell Komuxio that this one will never go back. Never! Touched ones should go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Mateo. These sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal Ramu. Akin to the Amalja tempered by Ifrit, these sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Claxio, this one has been worried. So very worried. Is Claxio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Komuxio and Meddling One as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. That Claxio is safe fills this one with joy. Komuxio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from Little Solace. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with the other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like Touched Ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Komuxio and friendly ones. Well, that should see to that. What say we return to Little Solace as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. This one thought Claxio was lost forever. Helpful One saved Claxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful One is kindness and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is... Spirited away, Komuxio would make a confession to you. This one must ask Kind One's forgiveness. This one made promise to take Kind One to see Elder One, yes? But this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not everywhere. Elder One went into the forest yesterday but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into forest but never for this long. Kind One will help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is the home of a walking one named 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽. 𝙵𝙸𝙽 may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽, but walking ones do not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽 for this one? And Kind One comes from 𝙵𝙯𝙽𝙽, yes? In 𝙵𝙯𝙽𝙽 live many kind ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One, please go to 𝙵𝙯𝙽𝙽 and ask fellow kind ones for help. And please hurry. These ones are not safe until Elder One returns. Well, if it isn't our intrepid ambassador, how fare your diplomatic efforts with the Sylph tribes? Their elders gone missing, you say? Why, if he were to end up in the hands of the Tempered Ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. You can assure the Sylphs that my sharpest-eyed serpents will be on the lookout night and day. No stone must be left unturned. I would ask you to call upon 𝙵𝙰𝙽𝙽 at the Bent Branch Meadows and deliver the message that the Wood Whalers are needed in the search effort. A message from Commander, his name you say? The Sylph Elder has vanished? Worry not, friend. The Wood Whalers have eyes under every leaf, behind every branch. If the Elder is anywhere in these forests, we shall find him. Well met, adventurer. We have the finest grog and grub this side of it. Not here to fill your belly then? Ah, a hunger for news, is it? Aye, there's been a talk of a sylph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say if it be the elder you seek. Those woodland scamps all look alike, short of a painting one red and another of blue. Most folk would struggle to tell the two of them apart. If you have the time, mayhap you could stay a while and see what the gods have in store. You never know, you might even stumble across this sylph elder yourself. Now, word on the Sylph Elder yet? No word on the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favor for old 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝚃𝚃 in return? Right, then let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight and I need you to call him off for me. Need you to go crackling. No need to go cracking any skulls though. Just take this tub of cold water and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons can swill grog all night and carouse loud enough to wake the dead if they wish. But as soon as it turned violent, I've got to put my boot down. What are you staring at? You want to keep them eyes in your face? Ah, no ficus teats, that's cold. What do you mean no fighting? This dusk-white scum was... Yeah, I know the rules. That bastard gets to keep his skin for now. Nicely done, Matteo. I'll not have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of petty prejudice. In case you did not see, the bloke who caught the brunt of that outburst is a dusk-white Elezen. There are people who shun cities to live in the wilds, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the dusk-whites can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them. And it don't seem right to get a whole race of people from the Throtters for the misdeeds of a few. There should be at least one place where anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? Never forget. I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you aren't disinclined, I have a favor of my own to ask you. There's a Kikern friend of mine, you see, the name of Teteroon. A good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him fallen in the shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc, so I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at my druthers for a spell after that. Got to talking about striking out on his own, he did. Not long after cast his lot with a merchant bound for La Nosea. Well, it just so happens I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his. This scarlet earring. I know he was fond of the thing, but he must have just forgotten it when he left. So I'd like to see that it gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can. A Rogadin fellow named Bainsing. You can find him on the Hawker's Alley in Limsolominsa. He knows everything of the comings and goings of merchants there. Oh my goodness! You mean to say I have to go there? That's insane. Actually, I'm gonna go down south first. Because that one is farther away. Beyond this great portal is a ruined city of white mages. Greatly did it prosper in the 5th astral era, before it met its doom, and now the calamity has sapped its earth aspect. A place of madness and horror, choked by poisonous spores and haunted by demons. None shall cross this threshold, unless of course they do have the proper paperwork. Okay. I don't have the paperwork, so yeah. This keep was built by the Amdapori, a people whose civilization flourished during the 5th astral era. I wonder how they would feel if they learned that the place has become a haven for cultists. Seriously? You found your way to Auker's Halley, friend. A quickern that worked at the Druthers? Hey, you speak of Teteroon. Related to that Kyokurun bloke just over there by some blood or another. The two of them putting it together and were making good coin. But old Teteroon up and left Limsa not so long ago. Couldn't say as to why or where. You better off asking Kyokurun himself. He can be tight-of-lipped. Though, I warn you, best to take this chicken egg with you. Little bastard loves the bloody things. Good to hear about old Buscanir, though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send adventurer along. Too shy to come to his own self. Gods, I miss drinking with that fool. Customer, be welcome. Not customer, not come with custom. Kyokurun busy with business. Too busy for blather. Chicken egg? Kyokurun love chicken egg. Love chicken egg more than love customer. Looking for Teteroon? Teteroon no here no more. Teteroon leave Limsa. Teteroon go look for Spark please. Now working at a trading post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg no Teteroon. Weinberg no trading post. Weinberg at ferry docks. You go to ferry docks. Kyokurun forget things. Weinberg remember things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kyokurun. Oh my goodness. Teteroon? I seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north by the way of the ferry to Aleport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start by asking Alphoet. He's an old hand what knows a great deal about a great many things. Teteroon? I saw him. That is to say, I seen him. He took himself north through Skull Valley into Oakwood, was looking for a place run by his fellow Kirkern. I reckon he meant one right on the shore of Bronze Lake, Memeroon's trading post. Follow the road and you're sure to find it. Sabi na familiar to eh. Customer, be welcome. Not customer, not come with custom. Bring something for Teteroon. Teteroon, forget this. Forget Adrothers. Teteroon swore would never forget earring, but never forgot. But never forgot. Teteroon thank. Teteroon thank. Good Buscaron doing good? Good. Buscaron good to Teteroon. Teteroon miss good Bucaroon. Buscaron. Microbrewing. Good Buscaron helped Teteroon. Teteroon dead without good Buscaron. Must give thankies. Many thankies. Teteroon make Kirkern fire water for Buscaron. Buscaron love fire water. You help Teteroon make fire water? Need thingies to make. Need many thingies. Need curl up whiskers. Need 3 gold curl up. Need 3 good curl pop whiskers. Hala, kumiklat. You brought all thingies. Teteroon make fire water now. Make good fire water for good Buscaron. Teteroon start making fire water now. Good fire water take time, more good. You come back later. Teteroon make fire water good fire water. You take the Buscaron, good fire water for good Buscaron. Tell Buscaron no drink now. Tell put away 1 year. 1 year makes the best flavor. Teteroon hopes Buscaron happy. Teteroon gives Buscaron thankies. Many thankies. You tell Buscaron. Teteroon make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Make many sparklies. All thanks to good Buscaron. Teka lang guys, nagutom ako. Kain lang ako for a bit. Hold on. Okay, time skip. Wala pa. Kakain muna ako. Wait lang. So, ayun na nga. Hello guys. Time skip. Ayun. Kumain ako ng Rice Krispies. Wala lang. Ano siya, sobrang healing siya sa akin kapag kumakain ako ng Rice Krispies. Kasi growing up, share ko lang, yun yung madalas kong kainin. So, having to eat it again, wala lang. It brings back memories. Oh my gosh, umuulan na naman. Oh my gosh, it's raining again. Lagi na lang umuulan dito sa game na to. Ah, you've returned. Thank you for seeing Teterune's belongings to him. What's this? For me? Liquor and firewater. So he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why that old... Aww. Bloody hells. Who's cutting onions back there? He sells to shelve it for a year, does he? Ah, that sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's going to be a long year. What say you come back then, friend? We'll see if we can't make it through this bottle together. selfish concerns. There was a word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but no. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but near no lands of their own. No, this was a place near to here, a place we've never known a sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like, the missing sylph elders among them. Here, I've marked the tract where they were sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen. So was there aught to be found in the wood? What did you come to? Garleans? In this part of the Twelves Wood? First sylphs and now Garleans, and all in the same place. It cannot be mere coincidence. Might the Garleans be following the sylphs, tracking them or giving them chase, mayhap? But no, not this far into the forest. The Whalers' spires are everywhere. Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hells could have... Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand and where the Whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor? Nouveau riche. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst? Someone as was guiding the Garleans? Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it, but this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Matteo, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it and him if it comes to that. Can you not see I am on patrol? Be gone. If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. Siya nga yun. Hey, trader. What's up? Not long now. Humph. To think patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. No more than I deserve, though. 'Tis little wonder the Empire has risen to such heights. If only the whalers paid men their worth. You! What did you... How long have you... Help! 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 Please, come quick, my friends. It is I, Laurentius. I am under attack. How did you? You just... I know nothing. I was on patrol. He just appeared. I thought you were working for the Garleans. Huh. Right. How long do you mean to How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough! Enough, I say! It's over. It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. I'm proud, but they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty, but in the end, it is those with money who do as they will, who lives as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes and took it. All I've done for money, endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. Crazy. Though you do not realize how much, bloody idiot. Did you imagine that you had cornered me? It is not I who is cornered. Guardians, I've brought the 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽. Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they can challenge the power of 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝚃? You would need a veritable mountain of guilt to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it, as we will, Gridania. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝚃, did ye? You there, here. You stand here at all. Wish no, then you don't stand alone. This person. Die, traitor. Impossible. How did you best the Empire's finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side? They are your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you and not against you? Ah, but I know the answer only too well. 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽, this is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act. Better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I am sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies, no more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There is something I would like to tell you to... there is something I would like you to tell 𝙵𝙸𝙽. Tell him Laurentius the Fool says thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted before my eyes. Right. I don't know, traitor's always been a traitor, my friend. If you did it once, you'll do it again. Hey, Laurentius confessed to his crimes. I just had a word from the twin adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big of a job for one man, and he came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was all hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow, he'd failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Eh? He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's a good in him yet. I just hope them at the adder's nests are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he'd be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Matteo. The Sylph Elder has been found. Into the beast's maw. It's taking us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. His name is Phrixio, and he's the eldest amongst the Sylphs of Little Solace. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them, a small leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. And bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it is important that we find him. There's an abandoned dungeon called the 1,000 Moos of Totorak here in South Shroud. 'Twas by the entrance to the place that Phrixio was seen, and not long ago neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help Elder One. Poor Phrixio. Poor Phrixio. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong. Nice and slow. Elder One went into Totorak but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the seven hells was he thinking, entering that bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, walking ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One, now! The fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Phrixio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far will have been All our efforts thus far will have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds, Ida. You make haste to the Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Oh my god, ako na naman ang mag-isa. Mateo, go to the 1,000 Maws of Totorak and see that Phrixio comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylph rests upon your success. Goodness. Ako na naman mag-isa. Blosserang. By order of the Elder Seedseer, the dungeon known as the 1,000 Maws of Totorak has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside? And you're sure of this? How in the seven hells did he manage to sneak by? God strike me down for a purblind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Totorak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you are ready. And now we wait. Okay, time skip. Let's go. The Black Shroud, the 1,000 Maws of Totorak. Okay, let's go.
Darkness.
𝙵𝙰𝙽𝙃𝚃 𝙵𝙰𝙽𝙃 𝚹𝚴𝚴 𝙵𝙰𝙽𝙃 𝚵𝚴𝚴. Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am 𝙵𝙸𝙽𝙽 of the Ascians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The dark minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now. Nasaan yung elder? Oh. Finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, Sinister One is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones of little solace. Okay, another echo. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all. Where is the accursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend? I'm afraid not, my lord. I shall order the search perimeter be expanded. Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath though I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Ramu will be gracing the mortal realm in the future. Near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a sylph, I should strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the sylphs we captured? A handful of them seemed to be in a reasonably good health when I last looked. Ah, apologies. My lord, I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their Acon. Really, Centurion, were you not aware that vegetable brews easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion I can fair taste it, but at this rate, no, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Ah, yes, though it mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? In that alone were you right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright that the Lord Van Baelsar's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Those walking ones did for Noxia, this one is certain of it. This one fears that the other taken ones also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noroxia, do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? This one would know what brings walking one to this place. Came to this one's rescue at Noroxia's bidding? Then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Ramu? Then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When walking one is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. Yeah, bring me with you. Ah, you're back. Tell me, the Sylph Elder is well? Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Frixio didn't come to any harm. But there I go tempting... but there I go tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Sylphs before aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Charlayan and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lad, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers in so doing. Be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Kirkern firewater. Okay, this one will do for now. A simple gift. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphos of Little Solace. This Azema rose oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together, we will survive together, and the 12s would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of hope that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. Okay, let's go. A gift from Walking One 𝙵𝙬𝙽? A gift for these ones? Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One 𝙵𝙬𝙽 and Adventuring One are very kind. Note that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. Pamuxio wants you to discuss peace with Frixio. Believe in yourself. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Mateo. We have just been hearing tale of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the walking ones who aided Noraxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind me asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial Ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. Would that this one had not. In Totorak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have a feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of 𝙵𝙽𝙽. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seedseer. This one sees, so walking ones of 𝙵𝙽𝙽 are fearful of Lord Ramuh. Plainly put, yes, your people summoned the Lord of Levin but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it is not as if the 𝙵𝙽𝙽ans dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seed Seer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One 𝙇𝙬𝚽𝚈. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramuh to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramuh was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did not know how. So this one fled to little solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramuh. But Walking Ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramuh. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramuh is not callous and cruel. So long as Walking Ones do not trespass on these ones and on So long as Walking Ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, Walking Ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with Walking Ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By the way, by way of an addendum, okay, that explains why they are so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramuh. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One 𝙇𝙬𝚽𝚈. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramuh to rest. That sylph elder is very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this, and while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Frixio's missive to the Adder's nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together, let the Walking Ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One Mateo. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Ramuh, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal this one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be used to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touched Ones. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. Ah, if it isn't Mateo, how went the meeting with the sylphs? A missive from the sylph elder himself, if I may. So the sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramu. And so long as we leave the tempered ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The elder Seed Seer will be overjoyed to hear that the sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Back from the wood. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the elder Seed Seer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hello? Hello, Mateo. Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papalimo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet, the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Well, that will have to wait. Anyway, magsasave na ako dito guys kasi ano na, baka mag-apat na oras na tong game. So, ayun na nga guys, thank you. Ito na ang pinaka, and this is the part 7 of Final Fantasy XIV Online for Nintendo Switch 2. Bukas ulit. Ciao!